Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
Amazing.
8.
8.
I thought I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
That's all about you. You want more. And your desire for more is only to fulfill some type of desire or vanity that you have, that you harbor.
Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent of just saying about your wife?
I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay.
And see, you just want God to bring them. This is another thing about Cam. Because he talks a lot of Christian talk, and brother, you don't back a lot of that stuff up like in public. You flirt with women in public. You're always talking about different little cracking the nasty jokes and you don't conduct yourself as a Christian. But just because you came up in a church or come up calling yourself a Christian, other black folks that call themselves Christians look at you and say, yeah, he's a Christian. But nothing that I hear you say ever lines up with the word of God. You say you just want God to bring them. So you want God to just continue to bring you children through fornication. That's not even in God's MO. That's not even in God's playbook. So that's blasphemous, bro. It's foolishness. That's not even in God's playbook. You think God's desire is for you to bring a bunch of children into this world that will not have their father in their life? Which in turn, if they never learn how to respect their earthly father, they can never learn to build a relationship with their heavenly father. You think that that's what God is promoting? Or do you think God is promoting some type of reconciliation for you and the children that you already have? Do the work with the mistakes you've already made, brother. Am I calling children a mistake? I might be. And what you gonna say about it? So, some of y'all have children right now that if I could run you back to the day when you found out you were pregnant, if you could have a choice to find out on that day that you weren't pregnant, you would take that opportunity. Now, yeah, you may say to the contrary now, since your child is born, grown, you love them, and you love your children and you have them now, so it's hard to think of your life without them. But if I bring you back to that day, before you knew this child existed, you would change it in a heartbeat because you know the shock and horror you felt when you found out you were pregnant. And I don't care if you're financially ready for it or stable for it or not. You're not bringing it in. You're not bringing that child into a condition that was meant and set up by God. You're not. And we celebrate children so much more than marriages. Like, I'm sorry, if you get pregnant, don't expect me to say congratulations. If you get pregnant and you're not married, have no intentions on marrying the person you're with, it's not like it's even, I'll even give you credit if you've been with this individual for a long time and all signs point towards y'all being together. It's still wrong because you're not married. But at least I can see you all being loyal to each other, marrying one another, making this a family. Still not right. But at least I'm hoping, you finish this race. But for the rest of y'all that's just having children, you don't even post the baby daddy. We don't even know who the baby daddy is. We don't even know who you're with. Don't expect me to say congratulations, because I can't. Why? Because I'm promoting foolishness by doing that. People used to have children and get ashamed. I remember if you was pregnant in school, when I was going to school, you were ashamed. You probably had to switch schools. Now y'all happy about it. Just bringing in more and more children into this world that do not have the proper foundation to raise heavenly children, to raise godly children, and we're proud about that. And then we're going to wonder why our culture just suffers and suffers and suffers, but yet we're adding to it. I always say, when you find yourself in a hole, do what? Stop digging.
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce.
Man, son, you're going to have to take that bubblegum game and go run that with somebody else, bro. Because as a woman, I feel played for the women. Because as a woman, you're good enough to lay down and open your legs and give birth and go through all of the agony and the trials and tribulations of birth. But you don't want to go through the trials and tribulations of marriage with me? Man, you gotta take that bubblegum game down the road, brother.
So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking...
This dude thinks he's so cute and slick, bro. And there's women that'll fall for it. And for the ones that do, that's all you. But men, this behavior is not cute. It's childish, bro. I expect this from someone in their early 20s. And you know, everyone, you know, comes to knowledge and comes to wisdom at their own age. But I'm just saying, bro, like, for the rest of you who are hearing these type of things, like, don't think this is cool, bro. Don't think this is cool, bro. You're not there for your child's first day of school. You're not there to be able to, when your child wakes up in the middle of the night and they say they scared, oh, we got to FaceTime you. I don't want to FaceTime that child. That was one of my biggest fears. I never wanted children that would have to sleep underneath another roof besides me. I never wanted to have children that would have to sleep in another house besides the house that I was in. I want to be there for my children as a protector at all times. I can't even sleep knowing my child would be somewhere else, potentially with another grown man, potentially with other male children that may be older, for all of the different things that could happen or take place. I would not be able to sleep. Why? Because as a father, that's the spirit I have. My daddy used to always tell me, he has a mother spirit. I was like, what you mean you have a mother spirit? He meant when it came to his children. You know, usually the mama is the one counting all the ducklings up. I got 1, 2, 3, hold up, where's the other one at? But my daddy, man, coming up, boy, I couldn't sleep out. I was the only child out of all, I'm the last out of 10. I'm the one that finally broke them down and started going to sleepovers and this and that. And now I understand why I wasn't supposed to, because there were so many things I got into at other people's houses that I would have never been introduced to at my own house. My daddy didn't let us sleep out. You got to be there as a father for your children. My father is the father of 10 children, all in marriage.
Your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active.
And you're going out of the way doing what you're doing. I mean, she is telling them correctly. And like I said, it's not like this woman does not have knowledge and wisdom to give, but she's just not promoting it in the proper image. You look like, and I'm not saying this to talk about this sister. I'm quite sure she's beautiful, but I don't know right now because she has a face caked full of makeup. So she doesn't look like this. This woman who I'm looking at does not look like this. I'm not sure if that's her hair. It may be. May not, but I'm not sure if that's your hair. I know that that's a bunch of makeup on your face. Ma'am, you have great things to say, but they're not going to be heard because when we look at you, we see all of the same women that allow Cam Newton to do the things that he does, or Nick Cannon. We see that same woman. We see someone who is just a fun girl. I don't take you serious, and I don't think many do either. And I guarantee you, Cam, with his love for women, is sitting there just looking at that crack of cleavage in your chest. Why wouldn't he be? What's happening? Big Shay reporting for Duden. Look, I just want to say I most definitely appreciate the views and any interactions. I've had a few people reaching out to me, sending direct messages and things like that. What I need for you to do is make sure you are subscribed, like the video, leave a comment. No matter what it is, just leave a comment. If you want the word, the message to spread, to grow, if you want to contribute and be a part of the Yellow Cafe community, just do that for me so that we could get this message spread out. Make sure you like. It takes no time. It costs you nothing. Subscribe. It costs you nothing. It takes you no time. Leave a comment for me. You understand? That's all you have to do. If you're rocking with us, you can go find the plate emoji. If you're in the Yellow Cafe podcast and you came here to eat, drop a plate emoji, drop whatever. But just show some interaction so we could grow. Appreciate you. One. And then if you see the beginning intro when they're doing the photo shoots and the intro for the interview, you know, she's got camera views going in and out on her body. She's throwing up like hand gestures like she wants to be seen. She wants to be vain. She wants to be lusted after. Like I can read that on you. And if that spirit is in the room, your spirit of the spirit of lust can't be in the room, and then you have me with a spirit of righteousness trying to have a good godly conversation. That can't take place when I'm sitting there knowing the spirit of lust and Jezebel and seduction resides in you. You want me to ignore all that, push all those spirits out the room and focus on righteousness and morals with you. Woman, get out of here. You know what you're doing. Come on, man.
Okay, so you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids.
Ma'am, you 41. What you waiting on? This is another thing about my career women, quote unquote career women, who want to sit back, put God to the side, put their job, their duty, their responsibilities from God, throw that to the side, focus on themselves, and then think they're going to double back, circle the wagon, and men are going to be sitting there just waiting on them to start a life with. Ma'am, if I'm a woman looking to settle down and have children, you think I'm going to pick your 41-year-old behind? Or I'm going to pick somebody who can have children for me for years to come? This isn't talking about you. For, like I say, you're an attractive woman, beautiful woman, from what I believe. You have a lot of makeup on, so I can't guarantee that. But you're a beautiful woman from what I see when you put your costume on. But at 41 years old, what children are you going to have, ma'am? And 42, she's going to be 42 this month, in a couple of days. In a couple of days, she's going to be 42. That doesn't make sense, ma'am. You've taken your time to try to build yourself up, thinking that was going to matter to a man later on in life. Just not understanding we don't give a care about you all's career. We don't care. For me, I'm not going to lie, my whole life, the second a woman ever started talking about all what she does, I just X'd her out of my head. She didn't even know it. I'm like, you out of here. You don't even know it. Because I don't care about all of that. And I know that to you, that means something. That defines you. And I know that brings problems, because you have to keep up with everybody else. And I'm not going to sit around while you're doing it. So I'm going to get what I want from you and put you on your way. And that's what most men are going to do. Sit there and soak up all that trash you talking about. You're this, you're that. We're going to be, oh yeah, that's what's up. Oh yeah, that's what's up. You independent, you this, you that. And we just going to get what we want and keep it moving while you sitting there just thinking that you so hot stuff. And just don't know we have no intentions on settling down with you, because the things that you thought mattered to us, we don't even think twice about. Don't even care. Good for you. But you think we're going to sit there and strap ourselves down to a woman who's going to brag all day about how she can do things on her own, about how she's independent? Man, a man wants to feel needed. A real man. A man wants to feel as though he's protected and provided. A real man is not going to sit there in front of no woman who's just bragging all day long about how she don't need a man. Are you crazy? What you thought that impressed us? See, once again, when you're trying to be something that you're not, you give clues and signs and you don't even know it. And you're sitting there really thinking that you're fooling somebody or impressing somebody. And people sitting there reading you like a book and staying out your way. Like, I don't want nothing to do with her. And already know it. They already know you.
But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families.
Now see how she's talking now? I like that. I like that. Because as a man, if you come to me as a woman, humbling yourself, knowing that you're talking to a man, you come to me as a sister, and you speak to me with love and respect, and not some bad chick, not some independent woman, not some doctor, psychologist that you need to respect. Man, if you come to me as a sister and you just give me the real about what's going on and how my actions are affecting my community, if I come away from that conversation and still show no respect to what you said, I'm a miserable individual. I'm a foolish individual. And I don't care about my sisters the way that I say that I do. So if I come away from, if you humble yourself to me as a woman and speak to me as a sister, and I don't respect that, I deserve whatever comes after that. Not only that, if I disrespect you, but see the reason I don't like this, and see, I go by the Bible. I don't think that most men and women should be talking to each other alone anyway. That's how I conduct things as a preacher. Talking to a woman, I don't want to talk to a woman alone. I'd rather your husband be around. If you don't have a husband, I'd rather your brother be around, or your father be around. I want a man there. Remember when Jesus met the woman at the well and she began to talk to him and he asked her, where's your husband? He wanted to speak to the man of the house. I even saw an incident where Marshawn Lynch, the ex-NFL running back, was coaching up some kids, and one of the mothers didn't like how he was fussing at the children or something, and she went to arguing and chasing him down to talk to him, and the first thing he kept saying is a man here with you? Is your husband here? Is a man here with you? Is a man here with you? He wanted to speak to a man about this situation. And why do I respect and I love that so much? Because as a man, I don't even want to talk to the woman in the house. I want to talk to the man of the house. I want to show respect. I don't want to talk to you, woman. Like, we're not even on the same level to be talking like that. How do I know this? Because if things go left, what are you going to have to do? Go call a man. What's the first thing you're going to have to do when the conversation goes left? Go call a man. Because you know you didn't have business even talking to me about this in the first place. Coming to check me about something, anything like that. Don't put yourself in that predicament. I would never send my daughter to go check a man. I would never send my wife to go check a man. I would never send my sister to go check a man. And I would never want them thinking that they could check a man because I'm going to go call a man after. No. Before you get to me to call me, who knows what kind of damage could be done to you. But it's a respect level. I want to speak to the man of the house. And as a man, if you're talking to another woman, especially in counseling, if she doesn't have a man that she trusts enough to represent her, you need to have your wife there then. You need to bring an extra woman with you to be there as a chaperone during that conversation. I never agree with that. Men and women, we gonna go pray together. No, y'all not. It's just a respect thing, man. It's just a respect thing. It's good wisdom. It's good common sense to handle it just like that. Now you have conversations with just between a man and a woman. You come out from that conversation and people are lying on each other. Especially in this day and age. You don't have time for that because folks is lying on each other left and right. Then running online, trying to lie and sue and this or that. Man, protect yourself and use godly wisdom. I don't care if you even call yourself doing something good. Don't you as a man tell a woman, let's go, we gonna pray together. We gonna read the word together. Man, you better do that over the phone. Because just the chemistry and the body heat between two people, the flesh itself is weak. You can sit there calling yourself doing a good thing and become overcome with emotion. The Bible says, watch as well as pray. It says, shun the very appearance of evil. So no, that woman may not be evil, that man may not be evil, but you know that there's a potential evil present for us to be together alone. We don't need to be doing that. Why tempt ourselves like that? I can call you. All the technology we have, we can FaceTime and pray, girl. I could call you and pray, girl. I could Google Meet and pray. I could Zoom and we could pray. We don't have to be together. If we really doing this for God, let's make sure that we stay about God for this. You get what I'm saying?
Even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy, I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you.
But I like this though, and I'm not saying that she has to come here and kiss his behind and do all of this. You're amazing daddy, you're amazing father, you're amazing. I'm not saying she has to do all that, but the way that she's conducting herself in the interview right now, I like that. I would have to take her serious at that point and answer her questions and be like, okay, she seems, genuine. You feel me? But that's if that's how you're conducting yourself from beginning to end. See, I already saw the chink in your armor. The chink in your armor is right there on your chest. You get what I'm saying? But
these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them.
Nope.
So some child, if not all, will end up with some.
Now, see, even if this woman had children and went through these experiences where she had baby daddies and she sees the effect of the father not being in the house on the child, then I could respect her opinion even that much more. I could really say this woman is a product of what she's talking about. She sees the hurt that it causes, even though she would be part of the problem as well, having children with men that she's not married to. But I could get her point even better if that was the case. You know what I mean? But she's making good points.
Without daddy being there. Mm-hmm. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts.
But you did wake up and say, I want to be selfish and have sex with a woman that I'm not married to. That you did do. And I'm not judging. Obviously, a lot of us have been there. But we have to call it out. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean?
Expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior to say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her.
Go ahead, sister. You preaching. Go ahead, sister. Like I said, I wish you could have presented yourself in a different manner, but you preaching. He still should be able to listen, but it's hard, though. You're throwing mixed messages, though, because you're preaching all of this good stuff, but I'm looking at you and you look like one of these bust downs that I involved myself with. It's mixed messaging. And that's how the devil works, man. It only takes, you could be 95% right, but that 5% that's wrong will put you in hell. So like there's so many mixed messagings. And this is why the Bible even tells us about the appearance. Somebody would be like, well, she's talking right though, so what's wrong with her? Because the Bible even tells us about how we ought to dress. The Bible tells women to dress modestly. So how are you going to talk godly but not dress godly? See, you're talking a godly message, but everything about it is coming from someone who looks like they belong in a rap music video. Or you look like an escort. So I'm having mixed feelings because she's coming with it. She's coming with some very, very great points. And I don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, but it's like, baby, you gotta clean up your image. But everything she's saying is correct. You're building these homes, bro, just building them all over the place, and you are not even there to man them. Money is not a replacement for fatherhood. So we have a lot more to talk about still with this particular video, this topic. So we're going to take a break right now. We'll get back to it, but I appreciate your time and effort, man. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, go back and watch old videos if you're new to the channel. We have a whole bunch of topics for you to comment on, for you to speak on. Speak y'all's mind. Let me know any opinions, suggestions you all have. If you want to tap in with me and discuss one of these videos more in depth, we can make another video on that. Just come with your ideas, We don't curse, just watch your language, and we can hook up and make some good content for the community. You know what I mean? So until next time, one.